club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0.
Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How you doing? How you doing? Never been a better time to beat the City Blues 2-0. Classic United snatch and grab. Ole, tactical genius, baby. But what a game. What a win. Nothing better than just seeing mad Pep just losing it at the end. Love every minute of it. How you feeling?
Sir, we fought for every blade of grass, dug it out. I mean, Bruno with the pen, Luke Shaw with the man of the match performance, running back and forth, getting the goal as well. You love to see it. Tony Martial should have finished that one opportunity, but he had great hold-up play. We saw great stuff from the lads. Look, we've been whinging about these 0-0s, but if that's the lull and this City beating a team that has not lost in 21 games and doing it with the clean sheet, getting our goal, sir, absolutely bossed them. Manchester is red. Absolutely love it, sir. Enjoy the vibes. I'm buzzing today.
They haven't only not lost. They haven't dropped a point. They went 21-game win streak, sir, and we just snapped them out of that. Dude, you got facing United, facing the red side of Manchester. It's always going to be a big match, and I'm happy we did it exactly the way we were going to do it. Shut down Park in the middle, counterattack, got our pen finally. Great finish from Bruno, and just a good performance. Just holding that line, sir. It was bendy. The defense bent, but it didn't break. That's all that matters.
Raheem Sterling can't hit anything. You know, it was just like a joke of a performance from City. They look good on the ball in the final third. Nothing coming. You know, Sterling's got to kick it in the net. He's got to figure out how to head the ball. So don't feel bad for him at all. As far as, you know, get a little X-Files here, a little conspiracy. 21 games come to an end. Can Manchester United win 21 in 21 after crushing the 21-game unbeaten streak for Man City? Is it meant to be? Written in the stars?
Or what's in that tonic? I don't know. I mean, that would be some kind of voodoo. But if it was going to start, first of all, it has two things.
If you're saying
United has to go on a run. We have to just keep winning. And then City's got to start skidding like Liverpool did once they lost. And now I think they've lost 5 in a row at home. But we need them to start kind of like feeling like there's a little bit of a chink in the iron, and there certainly is now, right? If they rolled us, no way. But you know, you're saying there's a chance. Why not? Always a chance.
So I woke up this morning. I was confident, excited. I said, I'm gonna put on my Roy Keane jersey. It was gonna be that type of day, that type of performance. We're gonna need to dig it out, just be the meaner team. I think we were. And Hendo and net too. You got to say, clean sheet for him. He was calm at the back. Fred wasn't calm in the midfield. But Hendo, calm at the back. You love to see that from him. Getting a big opportunity starting the derby.
I thought, you know, all things said, they're always going to make it difficult playing out of the back. That's how the game is played these days. Hendo, of all the people in the back, that make up the defense, he was probably the most assured. Had a couple moments where we couldn't really pass through the midfield in the first half especially, but we grew into it. And shout out to Luke Shaw, of course. Shout out to Dan James, put in a hell of a game. And shout out to Tony Martial, who did everything but score today. Should have gotten his goal in the second half to really just stick that dagger in. We were all calling for it. We thought we were going to need it. That was the thing. We were like, they're coming back. They're coming back. We need that third goal. 3-2. But hey, the defense held. Dino played well. Everybody played well in that back four.
No, Lindelof, great clearances. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, some great tackles. And then Luke Shaw playing the best out of all of them, running down the wing. Rashford, he put in a shift today as well, got the assist to Luke Shaw. Finally, he passes when it's on, and, you know, Luke Shaw gets his goal. So, you know, a complete team performance. As United fans, sir, that's why we do it. You know, why do we break down the 0-0s? It's because every once in a while, you just, like, absolutely boss a Manchester derby, and you get that feeling today, sir. You know, everything tastes better. Food tastes better. You walk a little crisper, feel a little lighter on your feet today, on the text thread especially.
It's a fine day to be alive. You know, it's always good to have a derby, especially when you win. Take their number. Just a good feeling. Because we needed something to get out of this malaise. We've been on a little bit of a, you know, they call it a drop in form. They call it a rough patch. But whatever it was, United rises and drops to their opposition today was a great example of that. It was great to frustrate them, not make them look at their best, because that was a part of it. We did play for every blade of grass, really just kind of dug in. There were opportunities for us to get additional goals, of course, if we were a little sharper. But I think all in all, great performance from United. Huge win. Never been a better time to win 2-0 against City Blues, sir.
And we got big games. You know, it's a big March, sir. on to AC Milan, on to West Ham, then Milan again. These are great fixtures. As a fan, I love it, and I think you got to go into every game. You don't know what you're going to get. This is a crazy year. I mean, it's been even longer than a year. We can go all the way back. It's been a year since Scotty McSauce hit that amazing finish in the rain at Old Trafford, since there's been fans, if you could believe it. But it's been a crazy year, and all the fixtures tight and fast. But as a fan, you love it. You love it when your team can turn up like this, even though they're tired, even though everything is against them, even though everyone's written them off. Some fans from Manchester United wrote us off today, and I'm glad the lads stepped up, and they proved a lot of people wrong. And that's what it's all about, sir. That's what it's all about.
Hated, adored, never ignored. And if you look back in the record books, it was basically, I think it was a day off. I think today's the 8th. It was the 7th of February last time we beat them 2-0. That great winner. I'll just stick it in. That second goal for McTominay at the end in front of all the Old Trafford fans. We went on a run after that. Fans went away a little bit, but that was actually the beginning of a run, just momentum-wise. We need to go on a run now if we're going to have any hope of putting pressure on City. But it starts with today, because we show that, they're not a perfect team.
Sir, we win one game, we're already talking about winning the title again. That's how you're getting the biased fan take here at the American Red Devils. And if you like this podcast and you want to support independent fan content, that is what we're about. We do not have any sponsors on this podcast. We want to be supported directly by you, the fans. We're building out a platform, fan blog at americanreddevils.com. We're doing a lot of exciting things here, sir. We just want to be completely supported by fans, so we don't have any biased take. Woodward can't get his tentacles into what we say, and we'll get to that a little later. If you want to support us, the best way to do so is on Patreon. You can check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. There's multiple tiers. You can support us, anything from $1 a month to $20. We're giving away pins, stickers, scarves, shirts. Please check it out and support us if you can. And if you want to check out our website, please do that as well. We have some amazing fan-generated content, match previews, breakdowns. We had a great top 5 Manchester Derby article written this week. Please check out our website, www.americanreddevils.com. And when you're there, click on store. We just got our American Red Devils beanies in stock, sir. They're absolute fire, and they're undefeated, sir. I wore the beanie today against Man Shitty. They just came in, and they're undefeated. You love it.
They're great looking. I think Stan Chow, he got called dibs on one of the first ones made, so that's how you know they're hot fire. They look absolutely great. Check out our store, pick up one, and they are undefeated, so that's onto something. Another great way, other than buying merch, other than joining Patreon, that you can support the pod is write a 5-star review on iTunes. It is a great way for us to get found, and it's completely free. All you have to do is write a 5-star review. If it has some banter, even better. Some of the recent ones have had some great banter, sir. And then take a screenshot, send it to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and we will send you 2 free stickers. No money asked, sir. That's how you do it. That's how you support the pod.
No, absolutely. And look, this is our vision. We want to have a fan-supported podcast and website content. We think there is a market for that. We do not let private interests come and make us sell things. So we're depending on you guys to come out and support us. We appreciate all the support. Goes right back into making this podcast better, our website better, and everything we do here at the American Red Devils. It is for fans, by fans, sir. That is the PSA. Let's get into it. Man Shitty 0, Manchester United 2, sir. We're always kicking a blue at the empty hat. They had no fans in there. No difference from a regular season. Premier League game week 28. Let's get into that lineup. We had Dino, the world number 2. He's creeping up, sir. Maybe 1.5 now. He had a good game today. Luke Shaw at left back, Maguire, Lindelof, center back pairing, Obi Wan-Bissaka on the right, the Fred McTominay midfield, Rashford on the left, Fernandez in the hole, James on the right, and Tony Martial. He came from France, sir. English press said he had no chance. What do you think of that lineup?
There weren't a lot of surprises given all we know about the news, all we know about the injury list and who's available, who's not. I mean, maybe the one question was like Lindelof or Bailly. Went with Lindelof. We weren't caught out too much in just terms of foot races, maybe a couple times, but Lindelof played really well today. All in all, happy to see his 11. High work rate, James. That's what you're going to need, and I thought he played great.
Yeah, James coming into form at the right time, especially on the right wing. I mean, imagine he's playing Greenwood out of the squad, and it's just because he's got that great work rate forward and backwards. I think he offers a different dimension on the counter, and when you know you're going to defend, and we saw that today. First half jumping in, United. Sir, tell me about the start. What do you make of it?
We started hot, sir. We started hot.
City still have some work to do, and they have some defending to do here as Martial into the area. Trips, Anthony Taylor, penalty. 35 seconds into the derby. Anthony Taylor from the Greater Manchester area points to the spot. What a start to the game this could be. The foul by Jesus and Graham Lasso. What a start to the derby.
Certainly is. Rashford, who bundled his way through, got a little bit fortunate when the ball found its way to the feet of Martial. Absolutely no doubt in that being a penalty.
Can you hear the hate
I
from
know.
Graham Lasso? He is so biased. He's
He's
reluctant to
the
say
worst.
that we did a good job.
Legs entangled inside the box.
Technically a penalty, according to him.
Fantastic early opportunity.
Fernandes with a straight run up against Ederson. Right-footed and scored. Ederson got something on it. He went the right way. He looks extremely disappointed in City goal.
Sir, soundboard is hot. It is Derby day. We're up 1-0 in the first 2 minutes. Dream start.
That's how you got to do it. You know, some of our big performances this year, we've started with a flash, going right at them from the jump. They've done it against us. It's a good move to do it. Put them under pressure. Get that early pen. Hey, it's a great way to start a game.
Martial gets the pen. I mean, credit to Martial. He came out looking to play today. I don't know what woke him up. Maybe it's the big games that wake him up, but he was mean mugging all over the pitch. And the hold to play, some of the touches and what he was trying, it was unbelievable.
No, his hold to play was top notch. Learning a thing or two from Cavani. Yeah, that was like how we opened him up a little bit in the second half and transition. Otherwise, you know, the midfielders weren't quite doing it, but Martial had a great game.
But right after the pen, like Manchester United were on the front foot. We looked pretty sharp. Fourth minute, Shaw with an excellent chance right after the penalty. Doesn't quite connect. I thought we had a few good looks at net here. Couldn't get it. It could have been 2-0, the Shaw one especially. And then we kind of let City get into the game.
Yep.
They kind of took a hold of the possession. They wouldn't give it back. And that's when you saw a lot of fumbling in our midfield, giving the ball back to them. I'm going to just say, look, Fred off the ball looks great. On the ball, I would say he had a lot of tough touches or passes there. McTominay looks a little more assured playing out in the middle. And I would say generally the whole team, whenever we won the ball back, we were pretty sloppy with it. And against City, you get punished.
Especially in the first half. We were sloppy with it. We weren't quick enough. And then I think in the second half, Martial started, coming down deeper. Bruno was coming deeper. They knew that they had to do a little bit of help in order to break down that City team that was so intent to press high. But got a little nervy in the first half at times.
A little nervy. 24th minute, Zinchenko hammers one, and Hendo makes a good save. United holding on a little bit. So I tweeted out the hold. It was clear we got to hold on. 39th minute, United have a chance on the break, but Bruno picked the wrong pass, unfortunately. It was a lot of that in the first half. Yep. Second half, like I said, much more improved. And in the 46th minute, Mars put in an amazing ball at the back post, but Jesus cannot get on the end of it. That was halftime. We going up 1-0, sir. How you feel?
Happy to be leading. You know it's going to be this kind of game. You get either way, even if you get a goal, you don't get a goal. You're going to be holding on. City, you're going to get a lot of possession. But I thought, if we could just pass the ball out a little bit better once we win it. We were doing a really good job of shutting them down, being difficult to play against, high work rate. Like Dan James was all over the place, as was Fred and Scott McTominay, Martial as well, Rashford. But it's just that whenever we got the ball back, it was too sloppy. So if we could fix that, there's a good chance to go on and extend our lead.
Some of the passing is fucking scratchy.
I mean, in the first half it was, and it's knowing the balance of when to, try the quick counter, when to, try to hold on to it to alleviate some of the pressure that City have. And I just felt like towards the end of the first half, we're always playing in their hand a little too much. And you need a balance of that, especially when everyone gets forward. The pass has to be on. Either you're going to get a shot or you got to pull it back, and you can't give it away because then your City have numbers. And I thought we just gave them some easy chances against us, sir. Coming out of the second half, like you said, you were worried about it at halftime. They were coming out hot. City come out hot. They try to get back a game straight away. That's what they do. 48th minute, Rodri hits the woodwork. This was a great. City looked sharp. I hate to say it, but some of the, we can't create chances when a team is like intent to defend. You could take some tips by watching what they're doing, because this layoff from Jesus to Rodri, that was fire.
I mean, they're playing arguably some of the best football in Europe. They came in like an absurd run. Think about not dropping a point for 21 games, winning every single game. So
totally.
Taking it to them and actually like frustrating them, because they like to make that perfect goal, almost pass it in. And I think just the way we were defending really well. Most of the time, it was us giving the ball back to them. A lot of their best chances were they caught us on the break, us trying to push numbers up, and then they take the ball away, or we get closed down. So a little bit of that.
Sir, we call him the impossible meat pie for a reason. Shout out to Telemundo for the call.
Que bien Luke Shaw. Se llevó la pelota con el cuerpo. Atención, sigue Luke Shaw. Viene el pase para Rashford. Se acomoda Rashford. Va para Shaw. Shaw que se llevó la pelota con el pecho para desacomodar a su defensor. Y después la pared que funciona, el zurdazo pegado al palo. Lo gana el United por 2-0.
2-0. Cahill got Luke Shaw. What a player.
What a player, what a run, just absolutely smokes Cancelo, who's getting all the talk now in the league about being the best in his position. Luke Shaw making a run for that, but how about Rashford finally, if he did a couple more of this, he would have double the assists in the league. Played really well, but like good finding Shaw, and Shaw just, what a finish, what a goal.
Absolutely exactly what we needed. Yep. City came out hot, Rodri hits the post, you get that second goal, sir. I'll tell you what, we were making a racket. Absolutely making a racket. It was absolute scenes at my house watching the match.
With a Telemundo call, sir, you got no time. I got no time for NBC Sports, man. Life is short. You can't be listening to that nonsense. But what a goal, what a call. And you know what I liked about this United team? When we scored, we turned the screws the most I've seen. We pushed for another one, and our best chances were right after we scored.
58th minute, Martial gets a decent header after some nice play from United. Bruno put the ball in. I think a City player got a head on it. Came to the back post. Tough for Martial, but another shout at goal. And then 69th minute, sir. Martial, he should score. McTominay, somehow it goes down the turf. He gets the ball to Martial. He's one-on-one with Ederson. Tries to go near post. I think he should have drilled it far. What do you make of this Martial chance? I turned to you. I said, sir, that's it. 2-2. They're going to come back after this one.
I mean, it could have been 0-0 at this point, and us dying for a goal, and then us just talking about this Martial chance, the whole thing. But instead, dude, what a finish from Shaw. What a penalty, and you don't need that goal quite so much. But it would have been great just to ice him 3-0. No, for his own sake, he needed a goal. He did everything else right today. Had a huge game.
Somebody called the Monstars from Space Jam. They stole his talent, sir. I mean, his finishing talent. He has hold-up play they didn't get. But as far as him putting the ball in the back of that old-school Martial, you see him do amazing things. And this one is it just sums up the mental game of being a forward. And when you're not scoring, you're not scoring.
Dude, it's a cruel game, sir. When you're hot, when you're in form, and goals are just coming, you just chew them up. And when you can't get a goal, you can't buy one. Dude, he played so well that no hard feelings, because Martial was a huge part.
No.
Of a lot of good stuff that happened in the second half.
No, I think he had an amazing game, but it's just also this. You can't not talk. You're like, you should have scored. We were on the couch. You're like, that. He looks like a guy who needs a goal. You're like his face after. And when he gets it, it will come in bunches, sir. And hopefully he gets it soon, and we can go on that run. 21, 21, 21, sir. 74th minute, sub Greenwood for Rashford. Rashford goes down hammy, but he did it tracking back. Rashford with a great effort to win the ball back here, but he goes down injured, playing too much, right?
Definitely playing too much, and we were being a little critical about him not tracking back a little bit earlier in the game, but you have to say he hoofed it 60 yards back, made a big interception, and then goes down with an injury. Really bad to see. No one wants to see it. Hopefully it's not too serious, because the injury list is piling up, and we've been pretty dependent on Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes to create this team.
Well, you're going to see James on the left, Greenwood on the right, and Martial running through the middle, probably. And this one you have to think is going to sideline Rashford for a month. You would think, based on how he went down, it could be a few weeks. Similar to the Pogba injury, and that's lingering. 75th minute, Foden, nice spin and shoot, but blast it wide. The more City missed, the more confident I was getting here in the result, sir. It was heart attack City, but they just couldn't do anything. 79th, Walker, great cross, Sterling whiffs. Go back to Liverpool. Go back to the Scouse bastards, sir. 85th minute, Sterling, another headed chance, completely came. Lindelof fell down, open header, and he's got nothing. He doesn't head the ball. Come on.
You know what I thought was great was that I'm so happy that in the chance that, Rashford goes down injured, I'm so glad that Ole put in didn't put Matic in, because I could see, if I was the manager, I might put Matic in, try and close up shop, but I think, they did have the better chances in the last 20 minutes, but showing that intent that if we do get the ball, we're going to try and go and score, I think it was important.
88th, Matic for Martial, sir. It's closing time. Matic comes on the pitch, and then they give us 5 minutes to stoppage time. What are you talking about?
And more. It's
It's sorry. I wish we had the X-Files music. I could play it. In 93rd minute, Williams for Bruno. I love seeing B-Dubs come on. Hopefully this is Ole saying, "Hey, you're doing good in training. Something turned around," and he's a local man. Get him in the derby. It matters for him. 96th minute, Hendo with a big save on Mahrez to finish the game, and that was all she wrote, sir. They gave us 5 minutes. They played 6. It's a riot. Sad Pep on the sideline. 21 streak, nothing. For some reason, I don't think we're going to get the credit we deserve today, but as a United fan, you saw them fight for every blade of grass so we can beat a dead horse with it. This is what I expect this team to do. I don't think we saw this type of performance against Crystal Palace, but we saw it today. It's there, and it's up to Ole to turn them out. Every match, sir. Every match we got to be playing like this. It doesn't matter who's playing, but United need this type of effort going forward.
No, that's going to be the frustrating thing. So that's the game. Big 3 points. You end their win streak. You keep your unbeaten streak on the road alive. But everyone's going to say, well, we should have played better in the games before this. This dip should not have lasted as long as it did. It should not be us cutting it from 14 to 11. Like, it should have been us cutting it from 9 to 6 or 7 to 4 because we should be much closer to City than we are right now. But dude, that's the way it is. The games are coming thick and fast, and we did have some injuries over the last 2 months that have kind of piled up now.
Are we second place?
We're still second place, baby.
Are we second place, sir? I think, you got to say it.
Respect.
We're second.
Sir,
Dude,
respect.
Sir, the Chelsea fan on the threads like texting me like, hey, if you lose this game and we win, we're 1 point. It's like, I don't even.
Who?
I was like,
Thomas, who?
It's like, I don't even pay attention. We're second place. Like, where are you at? You're Europa League, right? That's what I thought. I mean, as far, and I feel like the United fans, look, I want to be winning title after title after title. Like, nobody liked that more when Sir Alex is at the helm, sir. We got a lot of photos in the podcast bunker of all these titles we won. No one would rather be stacking them like we are now. But you kind of have to look in the mirror and be like, what is this season about? What are we going to get? And I hope Ole's lifting the FA Cup. I hope that we have a strong finish into the season. Second place, you got to make a statement and then just, hashtag Glazers out in the summer, get Eddie Woodward out of the goddamn club because it's going to be a shit show. But you have to support the lads. You can't turn on them just because this team can't win every single title.
No, because look across. Like Pep he got 2 center backs in the summer, and they got a shit ton of center backs already. It's not exactly level playing field as long as the Glazers are in charge and just shelling out that dividend. Maybe we're going to go through those quarterly financials.
It's not said enough.
Dude, it's not said enough.
Fans, and it's disappointing because when I was doing the breakdown of AC Milan versus Manchester United, which we're going to get into, the green and gold campaign, when David Beckham played for AC Milan and we met them in the Champions League and the fans united against the ownership has taken out more money. They have arguably invested less in the club, and fans just don't care, and everyone's blaming Ole or the players. Nobody's looking at, hey, Edison Cavani, great player. Why are we overpaying him on the bench? And that's because the Glazers don't want to invest in upfront transfer fees, which is why we don't have Haaland or Sancho. And by the way, if we had both those players, we'd probably be in a title race right now. You have almost guaranteed we'd be in a title race. We'd probably be winning the title right now if we had those types of players on our team. And our ownership has costed that opportunity. But you can't hate the manager. You can't hate the players because, we're getting results, sir. We're getting results. It might not be title-winning results, but we're getting results.
They don't give this team enough respect. They don't give Ole enough respect. But at the end of the day, we're in second. We're a distance off at the moment, but it's about keeping the pressure on City and the team making progress. This is going to be a low, slow approach. And if you want anything else, then you're at the wrong club and with the wrong ownership. It's like they're not.
But look at
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
$40 million last summer, and they spent versus $200 million. They fired their legendary manager, former player, and I'll tell you what, those Chelsea fans walked right over their old manager, Thomas Tuchel. They're all Thomas Tuchel super fans now, bro.
He texted me that.
I know. I was like, he literally shot and killed Frank Lampard like nothing, and now it's like, out of Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, it's football, bloody hell, sir. I'll tell you, it's just like if there's ever been a better soap opera, it's football. That's why we're fans, sir. That's why we get excited. That's why we got this podcast. Let's break down the stats, sir. Hell of a tangent there. We're hot. Bunker's hot. Banter's hot. We're ready, baby. Derby 2-0. Love it. Buzzing. City 65% of the ball have it. Manchester United 35%. Shots on target 5-6. That's where the effectiveness comes in. So you did have more corners 6-2. But, they had a lot of off-target attempts, 17 to R2. So wasteful with the opportunities. They didn't create much, sir. Maybe they're missing Aguero. Who knows? If Haaland goes to them, I'll be a little sad.
Well, I think we just brought it to them. I think we played them against their own game. We pressed the hell out of them, played compact, high work rate, and you just frustrate them. They're trying to pass into the goal. I mean, that's the thing.
City with Haaland scores today.
Yeah, Haaland is like one of the best strikers in the world, sir. We should have Haaland. They might buy Haaland. The problem is Jesus is not scoring.
Haaland's father played for.
I know. I'm aware.
And Keane broke his knee.
I love that.
The jersey of the player I'm wearing right now just shattered his dad's knee. So you have to think that might come into play.
He looks like a City player. He does.
I mean, I'm sure money's money's pretty green over there. Oil money's green, sir. Manchester City's run of victories ends on 21, and Manchester United's unbeaten away run ticks to 22. Have a laugh. Pep Guardiola. He's such a punk. He acts like so one way. He's like all respecting us pre-game and then during the game. Disrespect. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the first manager in Manchester United's history to win each of his first 3 away games against Manchester City. Shout out Ole. What a performance there.
What a performance. He does have Pep's number. I think you have to say he lined up well. The boys play well. They did everything right. You know, it was always going to be bend, but don't break stuff. And I have to say, huge win for the boys. Great time to win. If we didn't take the wind out of their sails a little bit, there would be no stopping the City team. The fact that we beat them broke the streak. So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance.
No, absolutely, sir. If you had to think about it, Ole, for a PE teacher, he's gotten the best of Pep Guardiola.
Certainly has, sir.
I'd like to see it, but what do we know? Let's check in with the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, sir.
Delighted, yeah. I'd say maybe, so you get the first goal. I think we were on the front foot for 10-15 minutes, really at it. And then the last half an hour of the first half, I felt we played too much on the result. Too much like we're winning here, we can just defend. We were confident in our defending, to be fair, and we knew what we were doing. And but still, I'd like a little bit more on the ball for my heart, because sometimes when you defend for long periods against good teams, they'll inevitably will create chances.
Does that make it even more pleasing then that you started the second half again?
Yeah, brilliant, because we had to get to half time to get hold of everyone again, to get more on the ball, be more alive when we've got it. Because I know it's hard. You got to work hard defensively. You got to work. You use your energy. But then when we win it, come alive again. You can't just rest. And because if you rest against good players, they take it off you. So delighted. Second goal, magnificent. Luke just shows everything what he's about. And to think that he was a massive doubt this morning, and just had to go through a fitness test in the warm-up to play. That was what a performance.
It sounds like they played the way you want them to play in every game. It begs the question from supporters, why can't it happen every game?
That's just human nature in football, and football is a funny old game, beautiful game, but sometimes the space is there and other challenges, other problems to solve, different types of players to play against. I thought we defended really well, and we were more like ourselves with the ball, attacking wise. Like, we can see the goal there. We need to find a goal, and that's where we have to get the ball. And you go forward quickly. And when we have players with our pace and quality, that's what I want them to do.
Sir, you see the goal, you be the goal, you put the ball in the goal. That's what Ole says to the boys.
He speaks vanilla sometimes, and actually, I like the way he talks to the press. He calls it just like he sees it. Called the game perfectly. It's like 10 minutes after we scored, we played really well, and then we kind of let them grow back into the game. Talks about the danger they have, but you have to say, Luke Shaw, what a game. Man of the match, and didn't realize that he was on the edge fitness-wise. So we are a bit of a battered squad at the moment.
Absolutely. Sir, we got to check in with the EPL table. It is live here. Crystal Palace and Tottenham are 1-1 currently at the recording of this podcast. In first, you got Man City with 65 points, and you love to see the inform last five with that red X.
I love that red X.
That's blood drawn there, baby. Manchester United in second, 54. We sit 11 points behind Man City, and yet we put 2 past them, sir. That ain't easy in the empty had. Leicester behind us. Ooh, sir, that was big. This is a big 3 points. It's also, you got to talk about that. They had 53, right? We didn't say if we drew or we lost. So we'd be at 51. We'd be in third. We hold on to that second place position. That's big. Chelsea scum talking about him. 47 points, sir. Big match tomorrow. Everton versus Chelsea. This is where it's getting exciting. You got to be watching these games. Top of the table is so close. Chelsea win, they go 50. Everton win, they leap them in the table. Exciting times.
People's Club and root for Everton tomorrow. Everybody's a toffee when they're playing the Chelsea scum. Oh, God, I hate that team. So
I think Everton all day. Yeah, Everton all day, right?
Check out the bookies.
No, it'd be great because you hope then Everton goes to 49. Chelsea and them are going to be fighting out top 4. Then you got West Ham, sir. 45 points. Play them this weekend. No easy games for Manchester United.
Where you at, Scousers? Where you at, Scousers, bro?
Sir, we haven't even gotten there yet. 43 points for Tottenham if they end up drawing. And then you got the team will not be named. 43 points. You'll love to see them
place.
in eighth. They lost Sir, I'll tell you, I didn't even know. I haven't been really following them. And then I literally turned on the TV. It's caught the end of the game. I was like, Fulham won. I was like, this is great. I'll watch this. And then the interview with Klopp. You love, like, you can just play the post-game commentary of Klopp after they lose is great. He's just a man who shook, locker room divided. Something's going on with that team. But I'll tell you what, if they win a league and then they go away for 30 years, I'll take it.
Yeah, they could win one of 30. Every 30 they can pop up for a 30 and then go back to just
they really thought they were the best team of all time.
Of all time.
But that's also when you got to know you got to keep your mouth shut because it also pisses me off. Like, and you have to think about it just generally as a fan. First of all, I hate shitty. I hate the team who should not be named. But for some reason, the team who should not be named winning the league is like they were considered to be like as good as the treble winning Manchester United side, which is like literally an insult. And they didn't even go back to back. They didn't do, you know what I'm saying? It's like shitty is one back to back.
Yep.
But we're talking win 3 in a row. You'll never win 3 in a row.
So I'm more worried. I'll tell you what, I'm more worried about City these days than Liverpool. Because you know what? Liverpool got like an American owner that likes to cash off the table, and City's flush.
No, of course, but it's just like, why did they get so much more hype around them? Like City, I feel like when they win, there's like no hype because they're a soulless club that nobody really follows, right? But Liverpool got so much hype when they won, and then they believed the hype, and now they're just complete shit.
Well, they've been they were so shit for so long, and then they got so good for like, you know, they won the Champions League and won the league.
20 months, yeah.
For 20 months, they were like the best team in Europe, and then they ate their own dog food, bro. They thought they were like the best team of all time, stopped investing, got a bunch of injuries, and they ain't got the mentality,
You love to see it.
They ain't got no mentality to win 3 in a row.
You love to see. That's one you love to see. Right next to Aston Villa. And then another one you love to see. Arsenal, 38 points. This one's like where
that's the best.
This is the point where we got the Arsenal fan on the thread. He doesn't even respond. Doesn't respond when you text him. Doesn't even watch the games probably anymore. Arsenal just completely writing the season off. That is great to see. And, you know, United playing for everything in second place. Sir, that goes to show you there's no easy season anymore in the English Premier League. You look at these big teams with these big players, 8th, 10th, this far into the league, sir, almost with 10 games left. It's tough.
It's the most competitive league in the world, man. It's like you go against even the bottom teams. No, you know, you don't look forward to a Sheffield match, a West Brom match. You know they're going to be tough. You know they're going to defend well. You know they're going to make it challenging for you. So that gives you a chance. You know, it's going to be on United to pick their stuff up. And at the end of the day, I think we are playing for second. If City drop points, even better. But we have to just stay above everybody else. Best of the rest.
Sir, there was always a next match. Hans and Franz dropping that beat. That's right. The next match, Manchester United versus AC Milan, Old Trafford, Thursday, March 11th, 9:55 a.m. Pacific, 12:55 Eastern versus Milan Lifetime. We've won 5. We've lost 5. Sir, Milan's a big club. You know, historically, big clashes between Manchester United and AC Milan. The one with Kaká, the Champions League we should have won. Milan ended up winning it instead. They beat the Scouse Bastards. How are you feeling about this one?
Sir, it's a lineup that should be worthy of a Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, it's a bit of a shame that United versus AC Milan at Old Trafford, A, is not going to be in front of fans, and B, has got this background music playing, bro. This is like Hans and Franz Euro trash beat. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a huge match. They're in solid form, at least in the league, and they're going to be a tough team to play against. So never the easy way, of course. Europa League, we're not getting no Molda. We got AC Milan. So excited for the match. I wish we had a little bit more options in terms of rotating because, so look at that bench. We don't got a lot.
No, and Zlatan recently got injured for Milan. You know, they've kind of hit a little bit of rocky form after a lightning start in Serie A, sir. But the first time we played Milan was May 8th, 1958. We beat them 2-1 in the European Cup, first time ever. And like I said, we've clashed in the Champions League since then. Milan's form coming in, They drew some random team in the Europa League. Not going to even try to pronounce that. Then they lost to Inter Milan, drew again in the Europa League, barely squeaked by. Then they beat Roma. That was a big win. Tied Udinese, and then beat Verona, sir. Let's get it. Growing on me, sir. It's growing. That last part to get you.
They promise they end with the best bit. You should start with that. Bring it a little bit forward.
I know.
It is growing on me.
So look, AC Milan, a little bit of a rocky form, some injuries. We're coming in a little bit of rocky form, some injuries. I think it's gonna be an interesting match. Darmian obviously plays for Milan, probably won't be featuring. Hopefully Ed Woodward negotiated that contract right. Donnarumma, we've been linked to him, the keeper for AC Milan. I think there's going to be some big players, some big names. It's going to be an interesting fixture. A little history. Associazione Calcio Milan, commonly referred to as AC Milan or simply Milan, is a professional football club playing in Milan, Italy. They share the San Siro with Inter Milan. Sir, the club has spent its entire history, with the exception of 80, 81, 82, 83 in the top flight of Italian football, which is a pretty isn't an easy league to be playing in. And AC Milan's 18 FIFA and UEFA trophies is the fourth highest out of any club, joint with Boca Juniors, and the most out of any Italian club. They've won the Champions League 7 times, European Cup / Champions League 7 times, sir. They've won 18 league titles. I mean, they play at the San Siro. It's going to be great to go play them. That stadium, if you're not familiar with it, shared by Inter Milan, AC Milan, capacity of 76,000 people. I mean, post-COVID, that will be rocking again.
It will be, and it just edges out Old Trafford as one of the biggest stadiums in Europe for domestic football. Sir, you imagine sharing a stadium with your rival? Can you imagine like AC Milan, Inter Milan, derbies?
Jets, Giants, baby. I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah, of course.
For the Giants. You share, but the
but
Giants
they didn't play in the same
it,
league.
But the Giants
they also didn't play in the same league often. So
this is true. But
NFC, AFC.
Yeah. But Giants own it. So I have no idea what the ownership structure of the San Siro is. AC Milan probably don't own it because most recently they've had some financial fair play issues. Similar to, United don't have financial fair play issues. We just have owners who take money out of our club. So why are these clubs both playing in the Europa League? AC Milan lost a lot of money, have a lot of debt. They got to get profitable. Otherwise, they could be hit with penalties from UEFA. That's why they're kind of been on the slide. But this season, resurgence up to second in the league, similar to us, except for financial fair play laws. We have the Glazers who take money out of our club, and then we're kind of exceeding expectation in second. So as far as what you're going to get in this game, I think it's pretty evenly mixed, or even match. I'm very excied for this.
It's 2 European giants fighting with one arm behind their back, basically.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's what we are. That's where if you look at the matchup between United and City, talk about their backers versus ours, and the amount of money they've been spending. It's like, we're resorting to headbutts, sir, because my arms are tied.
So it's just like City versus PSG.
Exactly.
Or Chelsea. What's the old analogies in the SAT? They'd be like, if City is to PSG, what is Manchester United? It's Manchester AC Milan. That's the same thing. Physioroom.com. Oh, sorry, the list getting long here. Paul Pogba. It's sliding. It's late February, then early March. Now it's mid-March. Sir, I even think it was early March here. I said mid-March just because I know this is just going to leak. Paul P. Come on, Paul P. We're dying for you. Van de Beek. This one came out of nowhere. Same thing. It's kind of leaking. Lindelof, lower back injury. He featured today, so he's got to be good. Mata, similar. De Gea, shout out to him. Congrats, De Gea, on the baby. His daughter was born. As far as when he's going to come back, I don't know if he's in Spain. I don't know. You've heard rumors, so give us the rumors, sir.
I mean, the rumor was that he was, hasn't been in the best form. They were going to let him stay through the end of the international break, so he would just come back if players are going, would come back the same time, meet up with his players then. But I think there's some chess going on here, sir. I think this is the chance for Dino to kind of grip that first team role.
Wait, is this the X-Files?
Yeah, I don't remember the tune. And this is that. I think Dino
I'll tell you,
started
it wasn't
today.
That. Whatever that was.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it, bro.
I think it's we knew, like something like that.
I haven't watched it in a minute, bro.
I never watched it, but yeah, so Look, De Gea's got the kid. We don't know when he's going to be back, personal reasons. I don't know, like Keane famously said, he didn't have the baby. So, De Gea, where you at?
It's also a month. It's like a month. It's like, I know he can pay for help.
Yeah, but there might be something going behind the scenes, some offers. People are sniffing around De Gea. Who knows if he wants to be here? I hope he does. Maybe they're trying to give Dino a test run at number 1 because there's rumors about Donnarumma coming in. Either way, there seems to be some movement in the goalkeeper position for the first time ever at Manchester United, even though we have Romero as well. Seems like we should have been shipping out keepers ahead of this time. I kind of feel like it's weird. I feel like De Gea is leaving. Something's. I don't want him to leave, but I feel like something's happening. For him to take this much time,
it's a lot of time.
To give up the number 1 for a baby. I've never seen this before, sir. This is something where if it happens and you've never seen it, something else is going on, and I don't know what it is. It's all X-Files conspiracy, but I'm worried about De Gea leaving.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably. This sounds a little off. It's like the highest paid keeper in the world. Doesn't usually miss a month. You miss a week. Like you take.
We don't know if he's taking a month, but allegedly Ole told him to take more time.
I think it's Dino. That move. Remember the pressers like 2 weeks ago? They were saying like if Dino doesn't start, Tottenham might be after him. Another club in Europe might be out. I think this is like him putting pressure. Like if I don't get a chance to start, I'm going elsewhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. Goalkeeper controversy, not a quarterback controversy, sir. Goalkeeper controversy. Can you believe it? Cavani, he's out as well. We're not done with injuries. Rashford, fresh on the list. No idea. Phil Jones, dead, mate.
Who are you?
He's dead. Given those injuries, sir, we're kind of picking from scraps here, and we don't have that many players. Lineup, what do you got for AC Milan versus Manchester United?
No rest for the weary. It's going to be Dino in net, sir. He's going to be working on that number 1 title soon enough. AWB, by Maguire and Shaw. I'm going to do Matic, McTominay, Bruno, Dan James on the left, Greenwood up, Martial up front, and then Greenwood on the right. Who you got?
All right, I got Hendo in net, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. I got Fred, McTominay midfield. I'm going to do Bruno in the hole. I'm going to do James on the left, Martial, and then Greenwood on the right, sir. I mean, that's good enough for AC Milan. And remember, we're playing at home. Old Trafford's a fortress, sir. It is. It used to be. Booking the bookies, Manchester United favorites, -150. The draw, +290. AC Milan to win, +430. The odds makers heavy on United to win. I think this is probably closer than that. They had us +575 before kickoff against City today.
No, I think this was because I pulled this right after the game. So right after he beat City, maybe there's a little bit of a bump in the odds because I'm not sure it would have been this fat if you did it before the game.
What is your score prediction? You know how the bookies are scoring it. What do you think?
So I'm calling 1-0. I think Greenwood finally gets his goal. United keeps a clean sheet. Onto the Hammers on the weekend.
I'm going to say 3-1. It's got to be back and forth. Action, sir. I hate the 0-0s. I'm just predicting high-scoring games here on out. That's what I'm hoping for. Give one to get one. We looked good when we were giving one to get one. We let City. We were running at City. That's the best United looked when we were running at them, sir. I mean, but the legs, like Rashford's legs, can't handle it though.
Well, we ran a lot today, and he's been playing. He's arguably been playing too many games. We've been relying on our star players quite a bit. If you look at the minutes that Bruno's put up, Maguire's put up, that Rashford's put up, it's not that sustainable in the long run. It makes you worry about those other two that haven't gone down with injuries yet. But, sir, it's whatever it is, we're going to cobble together. United, big win. And I think it's now about getting a streak together.
Yeah, but a narrative that I hope Ole comes away with is just be a little braver in the big games. We talk about how we used to always play well in the big games, and this season we kind of played a little conservative, right? We went to, I think, what was that, the shitbox, a.k.a. Anfield, and we showed them too much respect. It's like, go at teams. Don't be afraid to lose. Try to run at them, and I think that's when we look good. If we can do it to City, we can do it to Tottenham, we can do it to the team that should not be named, we can do it to the Chelsea scum, and I think this season Ole might rue. So obviously there are the clear Everton stoppage time the handball against the Chelsea. There's a lot of horrible calls or bad. Sorry, y'all right?
Excuse me, sir. I'm just coughing about that result. I was thinking of the Everton drop points.
Ole kind of has to just, be a little braver. I think this season he kind of took his foot off the gas in some big. As the title, it seems to me, he was always okay going for it when there was no title in sight, and then when the title came a little close, Ole.
We have twitched our ass on the bench. Do you understand what I mean?
You always gotta wait for Louis to finish.
You understand?
I don't understand what he means. I still don't understand what he means.
Do you understand when you're like,
but we did
you
twitch
pucker
our ass
up a little bit,
We twitched our ass.
and we kind of choked. We kind of like got a little too conservative.
And today we went at it, and you know what? We won. We got the results by going for it. I'm telling you, talking about that move, I know it didn't mean anything, but like going green when Rashford went down shows intent. It's like we're going to have to play against this team. You're right. We gave too much respect to fucking Arteta and Arsenal. We gave way too much respect to Klopp when we went there because we were at first place, I think, at that point when we did play Liverpool. And I'm glad we didn't today. We gave him respect, but we didn't give him too much respect.
Yeah, but Ole's a man. If you could give him any strength, he learns on the job. Right? He learns from his mistakes. He does make them. And I hope he learns from this one because you can go at City, you can beat them. It's like you can go at it, like you said, like Arteta. Who are you? I mean, come on, dude. Arsenal beat us and we drew them. That's unbelievable. You think about the ties. Crystal Palace beat us and we drew them. It's like, what the hell? It's like, come on, man. Sir, we have another segment here. I'm sure I can find the thing on the soundboard here. United in the news. Big news here at the American Red Devils. If you follow us on Twitter, we tweeted out the earnings call. Manchester United reports second quarter fiscal results in the fiscal year 2021, which is December. They did it a little late, sir. Eddie Woodward decides to report his financials late. They had no conference calls for about 6 months, which is not really the norm for $3 billion companies. But he decided not to take any calls during COVID, and now sort of they're back taking the calls. Didn't get much from Ed Woodward on the call. We have posted it on our YouTube if you're interested in hearing what Ed Woodward has to say about the club. It's the only time you can really hear him speak. It's his legal obligation as the president or whatever, CEO, whatever you would call Ed Woodward, chief clown, I would say. So he actually has to answer questions. There are softballs from the analysts. It's really, truly an unbelievable what type of ruse they're pulling here at Manchester United. And fans should be a little wise about what's going on.
Sir, give us a quick, 10-second. What are the state of financials at Manchester United at the moment? Have they gotten better or have they gotten worse? Because I looked at them. I'm not quite the financial whiz that you are, sir, but it didn't look very good.
Sir, aren't you a financial professional yourself?
I am, sir, but you're like a Jedi mind trick, and I'm only a Luke, if you will. But either way, my knowledge of it is enough to say that this club is being run into the fucking ground.
No, it's what we saw in the financials, and unfortunately, I haven't had, given the pod and everything we're doing, I just haven't had the time to really sit down and update my financial model. But the cliff notes are, essentially, in December, the Glazers drew down another $60 million off the revolver, which was in addition to the $140 million last year. Their debt is an all-time high. I believe it's in the $530 million range at the moment, with no paydowns in sight. The revolver should be short-term, but the way United are operating this club, they need the money. And then what's insane is they got the Champions League money. So they got a $44 million payment from the TV rights in Q2, which ended in December. And then they needed another $60 million. So they need $100 million. And you're asking yourself, did they buy Sancho for $100 million? No, they're literally funding the losses, funding the dividends of the Glazers. And the most shocking thing is when you look at their most recent SEC filing for the quarter and you go into the contractual obligations section, Manchester United, in less than a year, so by December 2021, they owe $237 million. And of the $237 million, $77 million they owe in debt. They owe in debt and interest. And you think about that, that could be Haaland. That could be the upfront payment for Haaland, right? And that doesn't even get to the $160 million in purchase obligations, right? Purchase obligations of intangible assets, which are most likely signings that we made. The payments are due. So you want to talk about Eddie. Eddie sells players to Inter Milan, doesn't get paid money. Then he buys players and then he owes teams money. Everything he's doing is just complete nonsense. They're strapped for cash again. We have $80 million on the balance sheet, but the fact that we owe $237 million out this year, look, this could be negotiated. They could raise funds in many ways. But if you look at how they own this club, they're basically just packing on the debt and taking money out of it, sir, and we look to see no relief in the medium term. As far as the club going insolvent, That's not happening mainly because we made Champions League last year. The Champions League money literally made the difference from Manchester United literally scraping the bottom of the barrel and just having to draw down pretty much their entire revolver versus only the 60 million we saw. So that game against Leicester City, Ed Woodward watching, it had to be just like, that's his job. That game was his job. We lose that, he probably is fired.
He should have been fired. He should have been fired years ago. But that tells you everything you need to know. We didn't scratch a bucket in the transfer market, and I'm sure all of that is like pushed to future windows, right? Even buying Donny, buying Ahmad, it's like that's in the form of purchase obligations that are probably due in the future. If you look at, we also have 78 million in debt due in the next. It is Holland, bro. We also have 80 million on the balance sheet. Yeah, so that's all your cash right there.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is like we're going to need more of the revolver. So when you see 80 million in cash on the balance sheet, you're thinking, okay, we can sell Pogba for 50, 130, do a deal. You can get a Sancho, you can get a Holland. But when you look at the debt obligations due in a year and they owe 78 million, then you're starting to see, oh no, even that 80 million is spoken for. And actually, we're going to need more debt from the revolver, that 200 million. And this is the real problem with how this club is run, is we're literally paying for the Glazers' shit capital structure. They decided to lever tons of debt on, take tons of money out because they don't care about the asset, and they're just trying to sell it for $3 billion and just get paid, sir. Each of them will probably pull down $500 million. They literally were already talking to the seller. And so what you're seeing is somebody who just doesn't care. They're trying to sell the club, obviously, and they don't care about it in the meantime. And as fans, that fucking sucks, dude. But I back this club no matter what. But fans need to start pulling the green and gold, sir. We have to protest the ownership. We got to stop fighting about Ole and all the nonsense. If we're dealing with this type of shit on the balance sheet and owing money, Ole's the right man for the job because he just keeps everything cool and he plays the youth. He gets Manchester United. We might not be winning titles at the moment, but how can you do that if you're not going to go out and get Sancho and Holland? You're fucking Manchester United, sir. That's how we won. We went out and bought big name players. We won titles. And if we're going to be doing that now, we're going to need those big name players.
And it's not going to happen until we get rid of the Glazers, because at the end of the day, they have no intention to put this club back where it should be. They only view Manchester United, the club we all love, the club that's been around for 150 years, as a wealth transfer vehicle to their children, so they can inherit a shit ton of money, live in Florida, have a good old life, while we root for this team week in, week out, sir. Because if you look, there's plenty of money to be made from the football operations of Manchester United, from the sponsorships, from the TV rights, and they have done nothing. They basically put every dollar of debt that they can that are allowed to do, that the free markets will allow, and they lever this great club to the teeth. And like, we are bleeding, sir. We are bleeding, and hopefully they sell. That's the only thing we can hope for, is that they sell, because they're going to be a hindrance as long as the Glazers are around, because they do not have the best interest in this club at all.
And if you listen to the earnings call, you can just see the way this club is run. It's tough. Ed Woodward talks, all the people who work for him, they're not happy about what they're doing. You know, they're basically doing the Glazers' bidding. They're running it just into the ground. They know it, so no one's happy to do this to this great club. And what's even a bigger shame is none of the research analysts ask any questions about the capital structure or the debt, or if the debt obligation is going to prevent you from signing more players and then qualifying for Champions League, which is actually important to the business going forward. And instead of that, Edward was talking about basically trying to put pressure on UEFA for this Super League so that United no longer has to qualify for anything. So they can just cash checks and not worry about having to field a decent team. This thing is completely upside down as far as the Glazers view it. They want it to be like the NFL, where they could run the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and run them like a shit team and just cash billions and billions of dollars without ever having to worry about putting out a worthy product on the field. And this is Manchester fucking United. So fans got to wake up. I'll be writing an article on the blog, sir. It takes time to go through all this stuff. We just got the drop of data, but I hope this is helpful for fans to realize. #Glazers out. You know, we have a sale on our website. Everything is $9.99. The shirt is great. It's the Avram Glazer clown nose. We got the scarf as well. We're trying to put this stuff on sale, get it out there. We want fans to be wearing the green and gold, sir. It's time for it to make a comeback, because this summer it's going to be more of the same from United. Just a ton of bullshit, ton of clickbait, and nothing doing. Getting old strikers on big wages, dude. Paying Cavani big money to sit down and heal his injuries.
You look at this. I mean, this sheet, how much is it due in the next year? We're not spending any money this summer. Unless we sell.
No,
like
what we sell, we'll buy.
For like. Yeah,
it will be swap deals, big wage deals. You know, that's it. It's going to be the same thing. Same thing as this past summer.
No, right. $85 million for Holland or Sancho.
No, exactly. And the problem with United is Ed Woodward's so bad at negotiating that essentially everyone overcharges us for everything. Next bit of news here. Manchester United have made an approach to sign Leeds United midfielder Rafinha per the Metro. Again, even Ole has said, temper your expectations. And now we're starting to talk about not Sancho, right? It's like lowering the bar. But the problem is Leeds United ain't going to sell us nobody for cheap.
No.
The only way you could do this is maybe swap Dan James. I doubt we want to do that, but essentially we're linked to the 24-year-old Brazilian, sir. Brazilians haven't been, the real deal at Manchester United. Telles came in. We haven't seen a lot of him. Fred, jury's still out, and that was big money. I think there's a premium for Brazilians. I don't know if this is the right, this is the poor man Sancho, but I think we're going to be in for the poor man Sancho.
The poor man's Rafinha. I mean, here's the thing. He's now Premier League proven, so you're going to pay like a huge premium. We have one of the worst chief executives in football, and he can't negotiate for his life. Couldn't negotiate out of a paper bag. So I don't see this happening. If you're going to go for a player that's Premier League proven, that's going to be a high premium, he's got huge calves. His name is Grealish, and it ain't Rafinha. That's who you go for.
I totally agree. Let's hope we can drum up some of that money. Sir, let's get into the fan questions and banter. It's going to be awesome. I'm absolutely buzzing to get into the social media commentary here. At Jamal Mota, sirs, Ole and the boys do it again. Ole outers need to be silent. Clean sheet, the back line held, and a British masterclass from Dino, Rashford, and Shaw to seal it. Manchester is fucking red, and top four looking better now. Love kicking a blue. On to Milan. Glory, glory, Man United. Love that, Jamal, sir. He's saying top four looking better. We're saying we're winning 21.
I'm not sure I said that. Put the pressure on City. Hey,
you're saying there's a
chance, and you know what? It's going to be partly up to us, partly up to them. This is a huge part of it, showing that we can beat anybody.
No, absolutely. At next tweet, sir, my brain is just scrambled. We're almost an hour in, sir. At nexttweet.com. At Jer_Young93, quote, no goals allowed in 4 games. Defense is in top form. Dino's counter-attacking pass to shot us up the goal. That is something David De Gea could never dream of. Good point. We did not talk about Dino's counter-attacking pass to Shaw there.
It's a good point. He had a huge part to play in that. He's also like every time they had a free kick, every time they had a corner, I just had more confidence. Dino grabs it. He controls his box well. Dude, old English. I think you need that physicality, especially now. De Gea has proven that he's vulnerable there.
Look, if De Gea is not all in on United, which we know the famous fax machine incident, and there's a team willing to pay, probably one in Paris with oil money.
Money.
And they want to pay, and we're like, we need the cash, Manchester need the cash, then we have Dino. Why not take a punt? At IC1 on Twitter, quote, impossible meat pie with an amazing game. Also, Manchester is red. You'd love to see that. At Briquette Mets, quote, we may win the title, we may not. One thing is clear either way. Manchester is red. Manchester has always been red, and Manchester will always be red. Get in. Glory, glory, Man United, sir.
It's absolutely right, sir. They can buy whatever they want. They can buy titles after titles and even Champions League, but they can't fill up their stadium. So I don't care what kind of team you are. If you got empty seats, bro, you're not a big club.
At Dave Pause, up the fucking Reds, and the Scouse Bastards lost. What a day.
Follow.
At Darth Diggler 4, quote, Pep thinks that his bald head is trendy. He thinks the stupid scarf is trendy. With that Kangol and your fleece, Ben Sherman on for weeks. We know Manchester isn't blue. Pep Guardiola, what a joke. At the Alex Davis 33, what a performance. Absolutely buzzing for Luke Shaw. He deserved that moment. Also, someone asked Fraudiola what it's like being Ole's bitch. Behind the scenes that kills him that Ole beats him, right?
Oh, and he's had his number, and especially because you could see it when he was down a goal, he was already chirping at Ole about something. And Ole just like, come on, just quiet down. Same he did to Tuchel, just quiet down.
At Red Devil Woody, good game. Makes the drab draw against Palace so much more frustrating. Luke Shaw was great today. Fred needs the boot. Hope Sir Marcus recovers for Thursday. Glory, glory, Man United. Sir, Fred, what do you make of him? He looked like he was struggling, at least in the first half. A few balls came off in the second, but he was struggling in tight positions, losing the ball. We really can't today.
So exactly who we know he is. I mean, I hate to say it. Off the ball, he looks like one of the best players you could find, breaking down play, making tackles, but on the ball, like I said, I think cleverly outshined him on the ball, sir. That tells you everything you need to know. Hey, he does a roll. He's durable. We talked about it today. He never goes down injured, has gas in the tank for miles. He's a squad player, sir. He's a squad player.
If you had to, at Red Devil Woody, I get it. Like it was for me as a fan, seeing him struggle, it was tough. But you have to look at the positives. Be like, have you ever seen Fred tired? Like I've seen Bruno tired. I've seen Rashford tired. I've seen a lot of players on this team tired. I've never seen Fred tired. Like think of that. It's like he's never injured. He plays every single game. When he gets on the ball, he just got to stop giving away an R third that kills me. But he does a job, sir. I think he should probably be like third or fourth on the team sheet when it comes to the central midfield. He can do a job against West Brom. He's a player, but lacking that play and a passability in this league the way it's played now, especially against Shitty, it's like it was a little hard to watch.
It was, but you know what? He plays a role, and at the moment, we don't have very many fit central midfielders, sir. So Fred's gonna be playing.
No, exactly. So I'm just I've accepted Fred. I've accepted Fred for the player he is. At Bleeding Red SD 11, quote, just proud of the lads, trust the process, believe in Ole, great to give Sir Alex a nice victory. But one thing remains, hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Sack Woodward, spot on there. At Michael McGallis, quote, Ole was spot on today. It's a damn shame this result didn't mean more with our recent results. Great shift from Dan James and Martial. There isn't a better left back in the league than Luke Shaw, massive player. And he's coming into his own. I really feel that like this season, he's like breaking through to another level.
No, he is. Because even like when he had the best form of his life pre that big injury, it wasn't as dynamic of a player as he is now, cutting in and out. He looked like absolute fire. That brief injury scare. Actually, today's match, that would have been a real bad thing to happen because he's been in great form. Hopefully, Rashford's injury isn't too serious.
At you, Bosun, quote, you guys called out my pessimism midweek. Thanks for staying positive. Wonderful day when we shut Pet up. Shaw is a beast. Hendo is commanding. Iceman and Harry composed. Just a great performance from the boys. Hope Rashi isn't badly hurt. This is one of those things where it's a great team performance and the vibes in the locker room and kicking on. I always, like I said it last week, if the lull is 3-0 draws and then we start kicking on and Martial starts scoring, we work through these injuries, whatever, maybe Pogba comes back and then we start clicking, that's not the worst. I mean, it sucks to watch 3-0 back to back to back. One of them's Real Sociedad, though. That doesn't really count. But, the Chelsea and the Crystal Palace was tough. But if that's as bad as it gets, we're a little spoiled.
It could get worse. We could lose to West Ham.
Scouse bastards. Take a look over there.
5 losses in a row at home.
Six.
They're not looking good.
Stacking them. Stacking the L's at home, sir. And we drew. It's like, it's just tough because we want, United is this, like you say, United is the greatest team in the world. And it has this bigger responsibility of like, the expectations of winning every time. How do you balance that with where we're at and the ownership? And it's like, it's really complicated, sir.
You got to separate the heart from the head, bro. It's like at the end of the day, your heart says we got to be winning every title. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the balance sheet. You got to look at the track record of these like terrible owners and moron CEO and say, you know what? Second would not be the worst achievement this year. We all want to win 21. I'm first on that list. But hey, let's keep it interesting. Let's be the best of the rest and kick on to next year if that's what it is. But at the end of the day, we know this team can play up and down to whoever we play against.
Green and gold to the club is sold at Steinsy 100. Quote, best defensive performance I've seen all season. Great game plan from Ole and all the lads in the back four. Deserve a few dark ales. Their work rate and team defending was top class today, and especially given Luke Shaw was a doubt.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a fitness test for today, but what a huge match he ended up having.
Last one here at JDW 300, quote, Manchester is red. Never a time will ever be baby bitch blue. Shaw's man of the match regardless of any media outlet. Play like this with hunger every match and nothing is impossible. On to Milan, sir. Boom, big fixture. I love it. AC Milan. That's just a tasty one, I just love it.
No, like I said, it's due for Champions League nights. Two mammoth teams of Europe, both been, unfortunately succumbed to shit ownership. Shows there are some downfalls of capitalism. Had to look for something. But you know what? They're both class clubs. It's going to be a big game because it's all about going on a run, sir. And that starts with a big win at City. And then you kick on in the Europa League. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Hans and Franz will get us started on Thursday, sir. A big match. Thursday Night Football. You love to see it. We are the American Red Devils. That is the podcast. We are for fans, by fans. Like you said, you want to support the podcast and our vision of independent fan content supported by the fans, for the fans, created by fans, sir. That's what it's all about here. Ain't no underwear salesman or nothing. We're not selling Maui Jim like Ed Woodward is. We're not going to sell our souls, sir. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Sack Woodward. If you want to support us, check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils, our website where we have great fan written content, www.americanreddevils.com. Get your beanies, sir. We just posted them to our store. If you click on store on our website, they are absolutely mint, sir. The best quality you can get. It's got the palm. It's got the American Red Devils embroidered logo stitched on it, designed by Stanley Chow. Big ups to Stanley Chow, big Manchester United fan out in the UK. Please write a review on iTunes. Support the pod, sir. Keeping the lights on the bunker. We do it for the love of the game, sir. It's the love of the game, love of the team. It's unbelievable.
I would follow this club down to League Two, my friend. It's like, I love this club.
That would be a ride.
I love this club more than anything that's my family.
This podcast is going to League Two. This podcast is going to League One. This podcast is going to Europa League. This podcast is going to EFL Cup final, whatever it takes, bro. And when we can fly to the UK, we're going. We're singing. We're drinking dark ales. We're going we're going twice a year, sir. We're going to games. We're going to Champions League games. We're getting season tickets. This is like
tell the wife.
This is the beginning.
This is only the beginning.
This is just the start. We're gonna be yapping forever, sir. We're yapping. We're older, sir.
Can't wait. Get those season tickets. Tell your wife. Get used to it. Get used to asking. Hey, honey, when's the game this weekend? I want you to plan around United. That's the way it should be.
We haven't been this is the longest time in between going to a United match. It's like sir. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much when we go back. It's gonna be too much fun. All right, given that as the pod, sir, give us our top cities last 7 days. We have great downloads. Thank you to everyone who listens to the American Red Devils.
Number 1, how you doing? Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, Alexandria, Virginia, Chino, California. Sir, keep us going.
New York, Chicago, Illinois, Boulder, Colorado. Sir, you finished it out.
Bengaluru, India, Thousand Oaks, California. What up? Hotlanta, Georgia. Appreciate you. And last but not least, Manchester United Kingdom. Appreciate all the American Red Devils listening in, week out. So we are for fans, by fans. We are very Glazer out. You should be Glazer out as well. Pick up a scarf. They're $9.99 and they are choice.
Absolutely. Sir, it only took me an hour and 7 minutes to clearly lose my ability to talk here. Today, especially, we are always kicking a blue, right?
Kicking a blue.